2A family, what's up? It's your boy. I'm back with another one. Um, I'm stuck on this conversation right here about how addictive buying firearms can be. I'm stuck on it, y'all. Shout out to my man Frank Tactical TV again. Shout out to my man 2X Around. Y'all check those brothers out. They are putting out some good stuff, y'all. Putting out some good stuff. Check them out, please. So I had the chance to check out both of their channels as they were both talking about how addictive buying firearms can be. I have a confession, y'all. I was caught up. I have been caught up in buying firearms. I mean, I would buy stuff just because I could. I would buy stuff just because it was new. It was like you know, hot off the press, and I had to get it just to say I got it. That's how it was. Um, and like I said, I was caught up, man. I was caught up with the hype of getting the next new thing. But now, as I'm getting older, I realize I like simple stuff, man. I like simple firearms. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like your high end pistols. I do like your Kimbers. I like staccatos. I like all that. I like Jacob Grays. I like all those, man. Oh yeah, I like all those. Your Bull Armories, they're nice. I like those, but do I need them? Nah, not really. I don't need those pistols. Do I want them? Yeah, there's a part of me that does, but do I need them? No, not necessarily. Um, so what I did today, I sold 5 pistols. I sold 5 pistols I never thought I would sell. I sold 5. I sold my 6 hour P320 Spectre Comp. I sold my 6 hour P365 Fuse. I sold one of my Glocks, a Glock 22, the green one, OD green, because I have a black one. So I'm like, okay, I already have one. So you know, I sell one and keep the other. I sold my Canic TTI Combat, and I sold my Canic SFX Rival steel frame. I never thought I would sell those pistols. Never. I mean, I never thought I would sell them, but I did, and I actually feel good. I actually feel good. You know, got my money. Of course, I didn't get out of them what I paid for them, but my plan is to actually take some of that money and invest it in either some stock or cryptocurrency. Because y'all, a brother, I'm tired. A brother is tired of working. I am tired of working, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. I feel like we're family. I can share this with you. My job had me so hot yesterday. I was angry. I was tired of working, and I was like, you know what? If I have to sell all of my firearms to invest it so I can retire early, that's what I'm going to do. That's how I was yesterday, y'all. That's how I was yesterday. But I didn't sell all of them. I sold a few. Now I'm going to probably, my plan is to take some of that money and invest it. Because, like I said, y'all, I'm tired of working. But anyway, getting back to firearms. Purchasing firearms can be very addictive. And you have to be careful because when you first start out, you don't really, a lot of people, including myself, a lot of people really don't count the cost of owning a firearm. Now, this pistol is clear, chamber's empty, I'm in a safe environment. Um, this is my CZ P10F with the Streamlight TLR1HLX on it. I enjoy this pistol right here. It's a simple pistol. It's not that didn't cost a lot. I mean, you could pick one of these up for maybe 400 beans, something like that. But it's a good, maybe five or some change. But it's a good shooting pistol, very good. Um, doesn't cost as much as a staccato or Kimber, but it's a very good shooting pistol. And so me right now, I'm gearing my collection more towards duty. I'm not a competition shooter. That's why I sold my TTI Combat and my Canic Rival, and also my 6 hour P320 Spectre Comp. I'm not a competition shooter. I like to shoot at the range, and like I said, I'm more so gearing my collection towards duty. And I like this one because it does come with a 19 round magazine. But yeah, like I said, you purchasing firearms can be very costly because you buy the pistol, then if you run a light on it, you have to pay for the light. If you run an optic on it, you have to pay for the optic. That's not including the ammo. And then if your firearm only came with one magazine or two magazines, more than likely you want to buy some more mags. So that's more expense. So, and then when you have multiple firearms that you're buying, if you have like 15, 20 pistols, I was up to maybe 23, about 23 pistols. I'm like, why do I, and to me, and to some, that's only a few. To some, 23, oh, that's all, someone, those who have more than what I have, they may say, oh, you only have 23? Yeah, I only have 23. But to me, that was a lot. And like I said, it costs to own firearms. So I sold a few. But anyway, get back to what I was saying. So you buy the pistol, buy the light, buy the optic. If you run optics, buy the extra mags and the ammo. That's all for one firearm, just one. When you're running multiple, the cost goes up and it goes up and it goes up from there. And so sometimes what we do, like I did, we look at other people's channels, we look at, some of our friends and we see what they have, and then we decide, oh, I need to get that too. But you have to ask yourself the question, is it a need or is it a want? Because there is a difference between wanting something versus needing something. So, like I said, I had to have a come to Jesus moment with myself and realize that I had been buying just because I could. I had been buying because I was caught up in the hype. But now I'm somewhat simplifying my collection. I'm running my Glocks, my Springfield Echelons, my CZ. Now I'm not going to tell y'all that I would never buy another firearm. I'm not going to tell you that. And I thought about not buying any more this year, but there are two that I'm considering. That's the Glock 17 Gen 6 and the CZ P10 comp. I'm considering those two. Like I said, just to keep my collection simple, and and not too extravagant. Because, like I said, purchasing firearms can cost you money. So, the next time you buy, ask yourself, is it a want or is it a need? Do I really need this or do I just want it? Because, again, there's a difference. So, I wanted to share that with y'all, man, because this is a topic that a lot of people don't talk about. We always talk about what we buy, we always talk about what we have. Those of us who have YouTube channels, we show what we have. Hey, look what I got. But very rarely do we talk about the fact that buying firearms can be addiction. Alcohol can be addiction. Drugs can be an addiction. Um, Shopping can be an addiction. Well, purchasing firearms can be an addiction. and watch this, y'all. I'm gonna close on this. sometimes we look at other people's channels and we don't know their budget. They may have an extravagant budget. They may be sponsored by, companies. They may have a job that's paying six figures. Their YouTube channel may be booming, and so they get revenue from that. So they're able to purchase whatever, whenever. But everybody's not them. So the best thing to do is not try to be somebody else. The best thing to do is not try to keep up with somebody else. The best thing to do is stay in your lane, all right? Buy what you can afford, and then ask yourself again, is it a want or is it a need? Thank y'all so much for hanging out with your boy. We're going to catch you later. And y'all have a blessed day, blessed evening rather. And we'll catch you later. Peace.